Hey, what's up guys? I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I'm in the process of trying to figure out some new intro, but still want to definitely give credit to those people and organizations who have helped me get to the point that I'm at. Citadel, definitely. I'll Pump You Up, definitely. And 3D Muscle Journey, definitely. And I wouldn't be the person I am now and the position that I'm in now if it weren't for them. I'm just going to kind of let some of this footage run long so I have a good amount of time to talk. I wanted to go over bench and my setup and some of the cues that I'm thinking about as I'm benching. I tried to hit a new max of 420 today. I hit it a week ago, really grindy, so I kind of wanted to come back and see if I could get it a little bit more smoothly. It didn't happen. I got stuck about 6 inches off my chest, which is an unusual sticking point for me, but so be it. What I've been finding works best for me lately is full grip on the bar, benching in squat shoes, because in the USAPL I'll have to have my feet flat, so I want to make sure that I can get used to it now. Um, I want to make sure that I engage my glutes on absolutely every single rep. If I don't, what happens is I end up putting a brunt of the work in the low back, and I'm really fried, and it's not something you want, especially on meet day. So tight glutes for me has probably been the most important lower body cue that I've been using. Upper body, I've been trying to stay tight, drive with the lats, and keep the bar in the correct bar path. I found a grip width that's worked for me, and I'm just kind of working my way up here through some sets. I hit fives, I hit threes, and then I pretty much go singles up until I'm ready for my max. My last rep before I attempt it is usually at about 90% of my planned 1 rep max, and that seemed to work for me across the board, from bench to squat to deadlift to overhead press. So if I'm shooting for a max, that's usually the type of ramp up scheme that I use. In the upper body, I'm thinking about pinning my shoulders down and back, down into the floor. I'm keeping my shoulders depressed down into the bench there, and I'm really keeping my elbows semi-close to the body, using a lot of tricep drive. In basically every compound movement, there's going to be, for each person, some delicate balance in the multitude of different muscles that you use to lift. So for instance, on a deadlift, you've got to find that perfect spot where you can use equivalently your back and your legs. I feel the same is true for bench press, using equivalently your chest, your triceps, and your back. So I'm not saying it's an easy thing. It takes time. I'm not there yet, although I'm working to get there. And I think somewhere in there is that perfect technique that we're all after. I've upgraded since the other wrist wraps I was using. The Velcro kind of gave out on me, so these are some Titan, I think Legend series or something like that, that Eric Kohnreich from Sarasota Barbell suggested for me. They've been great, and actually Lifting Large, the company that sent them out to me, sent out the wrong size at first, and they were gracious enough to send out the correct size, so now I've got 2. Very nice of them for doing that. So I'm really working on holding my breath in, staying tight. I believe this is 90% of my 1 rep max, which it goes up very quickly. I kind of have an interesting strength curve that I've been working towards. I'm working on basically trying to be as robotic as possible and make each rep look identical. Here we have this 1 rep max attempt, and as you can see, I just kind of get stuck about halfway up. Really high sticking point for me. The pause work that I've been doing on my dynamic days has really been helping, along with dumbbell floor press. I'd say those are the 2 main contributors to my bench press going up as much as it has over the recent past 6 months or something like that. So obviously just kind of missed it. Couldn't quite get through that transfer point between tricep drive and chest drive. So that's definitely something we've been working toward in the future.
That was really good. I saw a little bit of downward movement, so I'm glad you took it.
I drop down, do some deload sets, paused for 5 seconds, and basically just focusing on pausing, exploding off the chest, coming back, exploding off the chest, coming back. And I did multiple sets of 3 here until I felt that I basically hit an RPE 9 or so. These are really tough. I haven't really ever messed around with 5-second pauses. I've done plenty of 3-second pause stuff. And as you can see, I'm kind of struggling to stay in position and keeping that bar in that perfect spot before it comes off. But this weight is about 60% of my 1 rep max, so something that I should feasibly be able to control. Next, I went a much wider grip than I'm used to on an incline bench, really focusing on that pec attachment and being able to use my lats to drive this bar up, and just multiple sets of 3. I think I got in about 4 sets before I ended up hitting an RPE 9, so definitely hit my goal for the day on that. Second to last, I've got some close grip V-grip rows, and I'm using straps on these so I can really forget about gripping the bar and more about my lats here. So sets of 6, and really trying to focus on peak contraction, controlling it, not just throwing the weight around. You know, I probably could have put another 50 pounds on this, but would I have got in better work? Probably not. So, you know, I'm all for being honest with yourself about what you're capable of. The fact that you can identify your weaknesses and then attack those weaknesses is a sign of true humility. So that's something I always shoot for. I know this is a lot of information kind of crammed in pretty quick. That being said, moving on to probably the best Achilles stretch mobility exercise I've come across. I may have seen this on Steve Cleave's channel, or I may have invented it. I'm not sure exactly which happened, but if you can find something you can loop a band down underneath and lay flat. For those of you guys that are squatting 3s, pulling 4s, or you know, something in the range of that, you're really going to need a substantial amount of force to be able to get some change in the muscle there, because those things are probably knotted up pretty tight. I'm talking about the Achilles, so getting that foot into severe dorsiflexion. This band is really tight. I've got to kind of hoist it up, and I spread out the distribution. So I put one up higher on the leg and put the other one close to the kneecap, and this feels awesome. Notice I don't really have to do anything with my upper body. There's no struggle to stay in position. I can just kind of play around with exactly where my knee is in relation to my toes, and really work on this. 2 minutes to 3 minutes aside, by the end of it, I did a test and I noticed a massive difference. The only question is, does this really carry over into sustained results? Like, does this, do I stay mobile 2 to 3 days after I've performed the stretch? If I do, then, you know, amazing, this is something to work towards. So as you can see from here, I'll take these bands and shift them out on the other side. And that leg is basically the bottom of the deepest squat you could possibly get to. So you can't ask for any more dorsiflexion than this position. If you can get into this comfortably, you've got some great mobility. And for me, this is a struggle. So I'm really working towards this. And I hope that this helps some of you guys out too. Things with TSA are going really well. We've got 15 plus clients working our way up with over 100 applications. So I'm adding people at the fastest rate that I know how, making sure that I can program effectively for everyone. And we're getting some great results too. So thanks to all of you with your interest, and I'm really, really excited for the next year. Take care.